is 100.9 2BACR. BACR.
Welcome to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever. You're here with Steph, Rach and Bridget. Hello. 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 And tonight on the show we'll be talking about words you have trouble pronouncing or words you say incorrectly and you realise later on maybe. Also words you dislike.
Words that you know other people pronounce incorrectly.
And it really annoys you but you don't want to say anything.
Yes.
Also words you don't like. We'll also be talking about publicly embarrassing moments, stuff that's happened to us or stuff that we've seen.
Feel free to share.
Yes.
Yeah, feel free to share. I am on the 2BACR Facebook page, ready to take all of your embarrassing stories, all of your confessions.
We'll also be doing Pirates vs. Ninjas. This is going to be my favourite topic tonight. So,
Yay! That was actually news to me.
It's going to be awesome. I have so many things to say about that.
Okay.
We'll be doing a review of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes, Bueller.
And we'll also be talking about our dreams. So funny, strange dreams.
Dreams that you have when you're asleep. So not like, I'm just dreaming of being a professional wrestler.
Are you, Bridget? That's news to me.
Well, ever since I was 5 years old, you know.
Watching that WWF, or now it's WWE, but yeah.
Yeah, what's that Goldberg?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Okay. Really inspired me.
So we go straight into our first song for tonight, which is, Rachel?
Which is Bleeding Out by Imagine Dragons on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever. Our first topic for tonight is words that are mispronounced often, words we mispronounce. Just words you have trouble pronouncing in general.
Yeah, this topic pretty much came up during my morning radio show, my news show on 2BACR 100.9 FM, Breakfast with Rachel from 7 to 9, Mondays and Tuesdays.
Shameless self-promotion.
Shameless.
It's shameful, though. When I best have to pronounce these world leaders' names, and I am terrible at it, I practice for about 15 minutes when these news stories come up.
Really?
And, I do the international news at 7:30, national news at 8, and then local news at 8:30. So I've got until, 7 when the show starts and 7:30 to find these news stories and make sure I can pronounce them.
Right.
So I do other things. I'm not just sitting there for half an hour going...
I'm just imagining, just sitting
Jinping.
in this empty room just repeating names over and over again.
But, there's usually at least one world leader who's got some sort of buzz going on. Usually not good buzz either. Just trying to pronounce those names and then slaughtering them when I actually have to pronounce them, even though they sound fine in my head. I think I can pronounce in my head, but my mouth just doesn't do it properly.
Yeah, so do you guys have any other words that you have trouble pronouncing?
I don't think I really do. I just know, we always say water.
Instead of water.
Water.
But Australians do that a lot with the A instead of the ER.
Yes.
So we replace that ER sound just with the A. And I think it's pretty common. Mostly everybody here does it.
Yeah. And Australia. A lot of people. Australia.
You cut out you meld the middle bit into it. So it's like Australia.
Yeah.
But
Australia.
I know one of the things that a lot of people mispronounce is, I don't know if it's mispronunciation or just using the wrong word, but instead of saying specific, they say Pacific.
That's mispronounced.
I think that's mispronouncing specific. I can't think of any occasion where you can substitute.
No, but it's because you're not really mispronouncing a word. You're just using the completely wrong word.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But they think they're saying specific.
Yeah, but I don't know sometimes if they know the difference. They shouldn't be using the word Pacific.
They don't know what the words Pacific mean.
Yeah.
Or specific.
Yeah, I don't know if that word exists at all. Specific is not a word.
Don't the people they're talking to kind of go, you're talking about the ocean?
When I hear people mispronounce stuff, I don't want to correct them because then I feel awkward. No, you're not saying that correctly. I don't want to be a teacher.
Okay.
So I'll just let them go. I'm like, yeah.
And then just tell your friends on radio later.
Yeah. One of the other things
Nothing wrong with that.
Much less bitchy.
One of the other things I can't stand, and I will correct people, is when people say ax instead of ask. Let me ask you something, I hate that. And I'll be like, ask. You
know what really pisses me off? People saying should have, or using of instead of should have.
I do
would
that.
have. Yeah, you do.
See, I think I do that, but I do it because you're saying the words quickly.
Doing it that much.
You know what I mean? It's like it kind of melds into one word instead of being should have. It's like should have. You know.
And I think I say use.
Use.
Oh, that kills me. I can't do that.
Use.
No.
Digging yourself
When
a hole,
somebody
Bridget.
says, "Oh, use people," I hate that. I hate it so
haven't
much.
noticed you using these that much though.
I don't think I use them that much, but I have used them, and I don't care. I don't care that they're wrong.
When people, even with writing, when people write,
Oh, like texting.
yeah, text speak, I hate text speak.
You know what I really hate about text speak? I hate when people say dat instead of that, dat, and instead of they just wrote d.
Yeah, duh.
D day.
Or D-E, duh, instead of the.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's painful to me as well.
Especially when it's like a big block of writing and everything is just d, dat,
Because I don't see the, I see duh. And I read it like that.
It's like, well, this person just can't spell. This person's an idiot.
And I just, that's how it goes through my head.
You just come across as a moron when
I
you
think
do
so,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
definitely.
if you do it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've got any stories or if you want to defend text speak or mispronunciations, get on the Facebook page.
Or if you do mispronounce things yourself.
Yeah, let us know what words, normal words, you just for some reason cannot get your tongue
If you
around.
can't say ambulance, we will not hold that against you.
Or
No.
anemone.
Anemone.
Anemone. Yeah.
I'm not going to try that.
But this is Unsatisfied by Nuts on TBACR 100.9 FM.
Back to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever. We're still talking about words that you don't like, words that are mispronounced. And in my job, I get quite a few titles of games that are mispronounced. The main ones that I can think of off the top of my head are like Skyrim, which is an awesome game, by the way. Lots of people come in and ask for Scrim because they're just not reading the title properly.
Not even like Scryim or something.
No,
with it in
Scrim.
terms of all the letters.
Can I get Scrim? No, you can't because it doesn't exist. Infamous is always pronounced as infamous.
That's
and
bad.
Every time someone says, "Do you have infamous?" to me, I just want to punch them in the face. And the last one and worst one is Grand Theft Auto 4, which has 4 in Roman numerals. So every kid, who shouldn't be playing it by the way, comes up to me and asks for Grand Theft Auto IV. And I combat this with, "Oh, you want Grand Theft Auto 4? And it's even worse when they come back with, "No, Grand Theft Auto IV.
Which is sort of like, I've got this picture of some guy who's like, you know, ramming into a hospital with a car and stashing IVs. A whole different game.
It's not IV, people. It's 4. Roman numerals for 4, please. Oh, we're going to get, when the 5th one comes out, they've actually written 5 across the V, so the stupid people will know that it's not. But then we've still gotten 1 or 2 people, "Do you have Grand Theft, can I pre-order Grand Theft Auto V5?
Oh, no.
Yep. It just gets worse.
You just can't help something.
You know the level of people that are playing Grand Theft Auto.
Did they learn anything in school these days? These children? God,
It's all
I
in
sound
text
old.
speak. It's all in text speak.
Yeah, that's
Dat.
true. Dat.
They don't do
Dat V. Dat V5.
Just before the break, you were talking about words you didn't like, Bridget, or before we came on air.
One word that I particularly dislike is poop.
Poop.
I don't like the word poop. I don't like when people try to make it sound dainty when they're going to the toilet. Don't tell me what you're going to be doing in the toilet to begin with.
Yeah.
Just say, "I'm going to the toilet, I'm going to the bathroom." Don't tell me, "I'm going to poop."
I don't like it when people say I'm going to the loo.
The
I don't
loo.
like the word loo.
I'd take loo over poop.
Oh, yeah, probably take loo over poop too.
Yep. Definitely take
Loo,
that.
and the other one is the telly. I don't like when people call it the telly.
You don't like British things.
No, I don't like British things. No, I like some British things, but just those 2 words in particular.
Yeah, one British thing I didn't like. Instead of, here we say, "How are you?"
Yeah.
You'll go to the
Hey, how are
supermarket,
you?
"Hi, how are you?" They don't say, "Hi, how are you?" They say, "You're all right." Just like that.
Like
Hey,
it's a
you're
statement,
right?
like, "So you're all right." I don't have to ask you.
"You're all right." And my flatmate would do that to me, and I'd just be like, "Yes, I'm cooking dinner.
I'm all right.
Perfectly okay."
Do they still use it the way that we use "Hey, how are you?" here as a,
So it's a
not
question.
something that needs a response. It's
No.
just the way of saying hello is "Hello, how are you?"
No, they'd say, "You're all right," and I'd say, "Good, thanks," and they'd say, "That's good."
That's kind of polite.
It's weird to me.
Yeah, it is weird because I wouldn't know how to respond to that. Well,
It took me a while before I...
You're right. Oh no, actually, it's shocking date work.
it's like when people say to me, "Oh, have fun." I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah.
Will do.
When I go to lunch at work, they say enjoy, and they just say enjoy.
I feel like, "Oh, thank you, thanks."
I'm sure I'm enjoying the walk down to Coles.
Because do you say thank you? Like, "Oh, have fun, thank you," or do you say, "I will"? And it just sounds like you're a little bit stuck up. Have fun, I will.
How
will.
do you say? Okay, have fun. You too.
But what if they're
doing?
still
What if they're
sitting
still in the
there?
office typing?
Yeah.
Well, then they can have fun in the office typing, can't they?
Just grinning, typing away.
I'll have fun because they told
Loving
me to.
data entry.
Oh, I will now, thanks. I was gonna be bored and eat my lunch. Now I'm gonna have fun with it. Maybe I'm gonna make a little tower out of my mashed potatoes.
Maybe they're going to put on some Will Smith and, bop away.
Will Smith?
I don't know, getting jiggy with it.
Well,
Something.
what decade are we going to have fun in?
I don't know, I just saw some Will Smith thing today and he was
Actually,
on
was it-
Ellen the other day.
He was on, was it Letterman? And
Yeah.
he came out rapping.
And he just started doing this impromptu
He
rap.
just took a microphone off a shelf.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
off that sound guy who I don't really understand his purpose. But
Something to do with
watched
sound.
no, like if you watch it, he's like the kind of sidekick guy that he throws to, but
Yeah.
it's kind of awkward because I don't.
It is.
That guy doesn't really know what to say.
I don't know why they have those
They
people.
kind of
I
cut
think
to, yeah, sometimes I'm sure they cut to the guy and he's like drinking a glass of water going, what?
Yeah, I was supposed to speak now.
Oh, damn it.
supposed to speak now. That's another one that I do all the
Suppose.
time.
People who say suppose instead of supposed.
Suppose, like suppose, but I say supposed to instead of
Supposed.
supposed to.
it's like some
Yeah.
twisted version of Spouse.
Yeah, it's just cutting off the beginning or something.
Spouse.
Yeah.
Actually, in the Coldplay song, the Viva La Vida, no, not Viva La Vida,
Love that song.
Paradise,
Oh, yeah.
when he says expected instead of expected.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
I hadn't noticed
I
that.
always-
Mostly I just noticed paradise.
I annoy my mum with that bit of the song because I'm like paramata, and she gets so
That would be a good one, yeah. This is The Killers on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever. You're listening to Steph, Rach, and Bridget. So we've finished our topic tonight on words you didn't like, and we're going to go straight into publicly embarrassing moments. Moments when you've embarrassed yourself completely and
Completely
you
humiliated.
really just want to forget about it. We're going to dredge all that up right now.
Yes. Including our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a moment, in addition to mispronouncing names and probably being attacked by a lynch mob one day because of it, I had an embarrassing moment with some doors.
You mispronounced
those doors.
So, like the electric doors I opened,
Yes.
there are these doors at Golo in Revesby who don't open properly. They only open about halfway. So of course I was expecting them to open the full way and walked into half a door. So that was embarrassing.
Did anybody see you?
Oh yes. Yes.
Many people, like the whole population of Rubesby.
Both of them.
Yeah. I was going to say that'd all be bogans.
Well, I've never really had that many big embarrassing moments. I've done that whole, pull the door instead of pushing it. People are like, are you stupid? Why are you doing that?
I still do that at work because they put the doors on the wrong way.
Everybody's done that. I don't think that's too embarrassing. I've never run into a door. I have, however, done the thing of missing a step, like the last step of a staircase, or going down a small step and just missing it completely, not realizing it was there.
Yeah.
Especially at school, and I've just fallen almost flat on my face, and my books have just gone everywhere. And you do that kind of scramble thing to get everything out quickly before anybody notices, because there was nobody
Everyone's
around.
noticed.
There was very few people around, except for one girl. And I'm like, I got away with it. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, damn it. She saw me.
At least she wasn't laughing at you.
Oh, yeah. Well, she asked me if I was all right, but
Maybe she was
Yeah.
laughing on the inside.
possibly.
Yes.
But I do have a story that didn't happen to me. I was walking down the street to catch the bus, and there was these two kids riding their scooters up the street, coming on the opposite side of the road. And this kid has gone off the footpath, and the wheel of his scooter has gone between the footpath and the grass.
Yep.
And basically, he's just face planted. He's just gone straight forward and hit the ground. He hit the grass. He didn't hit the concrete,
Which is good.
and he kind of just lay there for a little while. And his friend went over to help him up, but his friend was laughing so hard. He was almost on the ground. And I was walking past, and I'm like, oh, I can't laugh. It's going to be really mean. But I was almost exploding. So hard. It was just the funniest thing I've ever seen.
How old was the poor kid?
Oh, he would have been about 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
He wasn't like a 6-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been sad.
That would have been sad. I don't think I would have laughed at that.
No. I have a really embarrassing moment. I recently went to a wedding and found out...
Wedding moments are always good because you know there's a camera around.
Oh, God, I didn't even think of that.
It's all got on film.
Oh, okay. Well, moving on from that. Okay, so basically at my table, one of the ladies sitting there was trying to organise the single ladies game, trying to get people to partake.
The bouquet thing, yeah?
No, this was
okay.
a different game. I'll get to that.
Okay.
But basically, she had a sheet of paper and it said that the winner of that game had to take part in the garter, would wear the garter, and the winner of the single guys game would be the one taking it off.
Oh, okay.
So I saw this
that's a bit
sheet and I
awkward.
was like, there's no way in hell I'm taking part in this game. Like, I don't know a lot of people here. This is just all kinds of awkward. So she says, do you want to take part in it when she gets back to the table? And I'm like, no. And she's like, okay. Because she can't find anyone. It's not that big. Anyway, the MC on the microphone is like, okay, single ladies game. And then I just sit there. And
As you do.
yeah, and then my stepmom at the front table yells out, Bridget! And I just sit there.
Getting thrown under the bus.
Yeah, completely thrown under the bus. The MC comes over to me and says into the microphone, Bridget, are you Bridget? And I'm like, no. That's not me. I don't know who she is.
Bridget went to the bathroom, go get her.
I'm like, I don't know who she is. And she's like, oh, well, do you want to take part in it anyway? Into the microphone. And I'm like, no, I don't. And she sort of looks a bit, she's like, oh, okay. And then my stepsister at the table behind us yells out, Bridget! And she points at me dramatically. And she starts going, Bridget! And then everyone in the hall starts chanting my name. This was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I got up, did the sort of walk of shame across the hall as everyone's chanting my name. And the game was a box with bits of string, and one of the bits of string was tied to a cucumber.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
And you had to close your eyes and pick a bit of string. And then if you chose the one with the cucumber, you were the winner. In my mind, the loser.
Yeah.
Absolutely the loser. And so I'm sort of, my eyes like hovering shut. And I'm trying to see the cucumber as I'm picking the bit of string. And she's like, close your eyes. And she's spinning around and I'm hovering, trying to see. And then no one got it. So we had to do a sudden death round. And I ran towards that box like I hadn't had water in weeks. And it was a well. I was running and I got string, empty string.
Congratulations, Bridget.
So that was my experience.
Weddings are not fun in my experience. They never are.
That was the
Especially
worst one
dancing.
ever.
The dancing is always embarrassing for anybody. And people don't seem to care. Because
No.
at every wedding I've been to, or almost every wedding, there's always the main three dances. They're like the Macarena, the Nutbush,
Yes,
and the chicken dance.
My three favourite parts of weddings.
Everybody will always do them. No matter how dumb you look, those dances are always participated in.
This one, they didn't do it. They turned into some kind of rave.
I do have the Macarena
Oh, yeah.
and the Nutbush.
Actually, I've been to a couple of Chinese weddings where at the end it's just kind of this, like, clubbing kind of scene. I'm like, that's a bit weird for a wedding.
That's what this one turned into.
Really? We do have some input from our listeners on their own embarrassing stories. one person said that it was the day of their daughter's birth. He had an injured eye, a scratch on his eyeball, and when the light hit it, it caused a searing pain in the eye. So when he got a call from his partner's mother telling him to come to the hospital as she was in labour, he couldn't drive, so he had to take the train. And then his friend had to walk him to the train station, onto the train, and then to the hospital while holding his hand. So they're walking around, the two of them, two metalheads with like long hair, tattoos, chains, black clothing and all, holding each other's hand, walking down the road with tears all over their face. And everyone was staring at them.
That's an awesome story.
Yeah, that listener also requested a song. This is One by Metallica on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever. You're here with Steph, Rach and Bridget. And we're moving on from our embarrassing stories. We just want to forget about all of that.
Yep.
And we're going to move straight into our topic, which is my favourite topic for the night, which is pirates versus ninjas.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I am a ninja. Definitely on the side of a ninja.
I'm on the side of pirates.
I'm leaning towards ninjas, but you got to convince me.
Yeah, so we're going to kick this off with Steph is now going to give you her reasoning why a ninja would beat a pirate. Now, I've got some ground rules for this. We obviously need to define these things. We're not talking modern-day Somali pirates kidnapping cruise ships and things.
No, we're talking about old-fashioned
Okay,
pirates.
Yep.
so the classic...
Are we thinking
sort
Pirates of the Caribbean?
That kind
We're
of
thinking
pirate,
that
yeah.
sort of era. So that...
Okay.
But like that real kind of era,
Yeah.
not you
Not
know,
Johnny Depp.
So that 18th, 19th century pirate.
Not the walking skeletons. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, well, yeah.
that was the
then they'd be
literary
for sure.
Oh,
pirate.
you just crushed everything.
And with ninjas, what are we defining ninjas as?
Just a standard ninja, because there's no ninjas anymore. You don't get real ninjas anymore. It's like people who study
that's 'cause
ninjutsu,
they're
but they're not real
ninjas.
ninjas. Because ninjas were assassins, so you
Okay.
don't get them anymore. But just the old kind of, movie style ninja.
Was Batman a ninja, in the new one?
He studied ninjutsu, but technically he was.
Okay.
But
What about that girl in Revenge? She reckons she's a ninja.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I wouldn't want to go up
She did some
against her.
damage to the ninja's reputation.
Yeah. There's no real ninjas anymore.
Okay, so we're thinking literary sort of definitions of these things, right?
Well, no superpowers.
Yeah.
Just a standard kind of these weapons versus
Human on
these
human,
weapons, these skills
pirates versus
versus
ninjas.
these skills. Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
the case
so-
for ninjas, begin.
Okay. I just got completely away because
okay.
there's so much stuff that's going on in my head. Okay, we'll start with weapons, right?
Yeah.
Ninjas have a number of different weapons. You've got swords, you've got projectile weapons like throwing stars, you've got needles and all these different kind of stuff that they have. That the pirates will have their cutlass and they'll have their pistol,
Yes.
right? And most people will say they've got a gun, so that kind of rules it out. But
Definitely doesn't hurt.
ninjas can sneak up on people. So if you're not having a face-to-face fight, a ninja will sneak up on a pirate and kill them before the pirate even knows they're there. So that's, that's the main reason why a ninja is more deadly. Also, because ninjas are trained in combat, right? So pirates aren't. They're just kind of, I was a sailor and I like to rob people, so I'm going to become a pirate. But ninjas are specifically trained in combat to kill people. That's my two main reasons why ninjas would kill pirates.
Okay.
Go on.
That's my two main reasons. Do you
have
need
no
more?
other reason? I do need more.
Well, what else do you need?
I need more.
Let's
Like,
just
you've
use
got
that as a
weapons.
starting block. Let's go to you,
Okay.
Rachel.
Do you want to go to me now? Do you want to come back to me after a song? Because we do have a poll up on Wednesday Night Zombie Fever. Pirates versus ninjas. Pirates are on 2, ninjas are on 2.
Oh, really? Ninjas
Yep.
should be smashing it.
All right.
To be fair, one person did vote for both. So they're still even. So I will be back with my reasons why pirates are going to kick ninjas'
Butts.
behinds. Right after the Black Keys on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
Okay, and we're back, and we're going to be talking about why pirates are better, according to Rachel,
Allegedly.
allegedly, because I don't think they are.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hold on to your throwing stars, Steph.
I don't need to hold on to them. I'm throwing them at you.
Okay, fine. This is why pirates are better than ninjas. So your argument was number 1, weapons, and number 2, their training. That they are specifically trained to kill.
Also to sneak up on people.
Yes, to sneak up on people. Here's my argument. Number 1, in regards to weapons, pirates have a wider range of weapons and they have deadlier weapons. They have guns, they have knives, as you said. But they also have cannons and they have boats.
But they have a cannon, and a cannon isn't going to shoot
Excuse
a
me?
single person.
Did I interrupt your ninja thing? Yes.
That's because mine made
Not until
sense.
you finished. So they've got all these things. They don't need to creep up on people because they have the better firepower. Here's my other reason for believing that pirates would be better than ninjas. They're A, part of a crew. They're not this lone ranger ninja. And 2, they would be far more ruthless and reckless than ninjas. They don't have a code. They don't have any of
Who
that.
says
They're
ninjas
just
have
gonna...
a code? Ninjas are sent to kill someone, they will kill you.
Yeah, but they're not going to go after anyone else. They're just kind of very...
But we're talking about a
Purposeful.
fight just between pirates and ninjas. If the ninjas are told to kill the pirates, the ninjas will kill the pirates.
Where does
That's
this
it.
fight take place? Are the pirates on their ship?
I don't think it really matters.
Or do
Well,
the
I think-
ninjas board the ship?
Here's the thing. I think the pirates will fight dirty. I don't think that the pirates are going to
a nin-
stick to the
okay.
whole, okay, it's one ninja versus me, whoever wins. Oh, should I choose my second? You got, yeah, that's fine. No, I think they're just going to attack
But
this
ninjas
ninja.
don't fight like that either. Ninjas don't fight one-on-one because that's the way they have to fight. Ninjas will fight in groups. Their whole, idea is to get their job done. So they'll do whatever. And ninjas aren't like, karate people who will fight in a set way. This is how I punch. This is how I kick, blah, blah, blah. Ninjas are sent to kill someone, and they will do that in the best possible way.
Yeah,
Right? That's how they'll just kill you. That's it. It doesn't matter if they have to throw dirt in your eyes. It doesn't matter if they have to, kick out your shins or something. They will kill you. That's it.
I think pirates will fight dirtier, and I think that is why
think so.
pirates
I think-
will win.
And your argument on more weapons, ninjas
Yeah.
have the biggest range of weapons that you would ever see on any warrior ever. So I wouldn't say that that's a valid argument. Cannons, also not to kill a single person. Cannons are like to aim at other ships or at buildings. They wouldn't be used for killing ninjas. Just saying.
Pirates by a long shot just because of their weapons.
Nope.
And because they're
I just
far
killed
more
you.
ruthless.
I just killed you with my throwing star. You are dead now.
I gotta say, I'm leaning towards ninjas.
But
Well, we do have a lot of feedback on the Wednesday Night Zombie Fever Facebook page. Firstly, with regards to our poll, we're doing pretty well actually with the poll. So far, ninjas are ahead, but I'm expecting after my argument, the pirates. I'm expecting them to make a comeback. Some person has suggested that the fight takes place in Scorpion's lair in the Mortal Kombat realm.
Interesting.
Good old
But again,
Mortal Kombat.
that's one-on-one. So we're going team on team here. That's our...
Yeah.
Okay. So a crew of pirates
Against a team of
versus
ninjas.
a team of ninjas. So if I read out the current results of our poll, if I can find where our poll went.
Oh, I've got a comment here on Facebook that says a ninja can use anything as a weapon. And that also goes towards their training, because they are trained just to
To
kill.
improvise.
Yeah, so they can use absolutely anything. It's like, think of Jackie Chan when he's like using a horseshoe to kill people, or not kill people because he just kind of maims them, but that kind of thing. Whatever you find in your environment, you can use as a weapon.
Okay. And basically all pirates they do have knives. They have guns. Do ninjas ever use guns?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think they were
They're more
going out
silent.
by the time the guns were coming in. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of whole era was ending by the time the guns were coming in, because they weren't needed
Isn't
as
it
much.
weird that when the gun era came in, the ninjas went out? Yeah.
But the pirates, their whole era didn't even last for like 200 years.
there are still pirates now.
Yeah, but
Not pirates
we're
like
not
that.
talking about we're talking about different pirates. We're talking about the main era of pirating. It didn't last for that long, whereas ninjas were around for hundreds of years.
When you say pirate now, people think of DVDs.
Yeah. Weird digital pirates.
Not the
Yeah.
people that take
If
over
it was a
cruise ships with
ninja
machine guns.
versus some kid downloading a TV show on his computer, I'm pretty sure the ninjas are going to get him. The guy's just going to be... I've got this picture of this some really obese kid playing on an iPad, downloading things with a bag of chips, and just this ninja sneaking up at the back of him. He probably would just have to push him over and he won't be able to get up off his back. He'll just be like a turtle.
Alright, so ninja wins in that case, but I think a ninja will also beat an old-timey pirate hands down. I don't think there's any competition in that.
We've also had this suggestion that ninjas used explosives.
They did
It seems
use
to be
explosives.
a
That's-
problem
They did use
of
guns.
weapons here.
They did use
It doesn't just
explosives.
come down to weapons.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're training as well.
But a lot of
They're
the
better
arguments
trained
on
than
here
pirates.
seem to be about weapons.
Yes, but they are better trained than pirates. They have better weapons than pirates.
I do think
That's
that
it.
pirates are sort of more brawlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't
fight
win in a
dirty.
brawl against.
In a
the
I'm not
ninja.
saying that. I'm saying like they're
Yeah.
messy.
Okay.
Because they were never
Well,
trained.
We're going to continue with this through our next couple of songs. This is Biblical on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
And you're back on 2BACR 100.9 FM, and you're listening to Rach, Steph, and Bridget, and we're continuing our debate, pirates versus ninjas, and I'm pretty sure the poll is in favour of ninjas at the
Ninjas.
moment. But let's
7-1?
let's turn to Bridget, because she was on the fence.
Yeah.
And,
well, I was slowly falling off it, but
She heard our debate, both of our views. She's read the Facebook comments,
yes,
which include,
they were mostly ninja comments.
ninjas use explosives. They were around during the time of guns.
Use that as well.
Yes, but that's even
But
though.
I feel like if it's not about weapons, if we're saying that weapons is not about, it's just
There's
about
no weapons?
training. Well, like everybody's comments seem to be, look, they can use weapons, they can use
Yeah,
explosives.
well, let's take weapons out
Okay,
of the
so
equation then.
If they have the exact
They have
same
better
weapons,
training.
who would it
Ninjas.
come down to?
Ninjas.
They have better training, but who thinks more ruthless and would just play
Ninjas.
dirty?
Ninjas.
I think pirates
No.
would
ninjas,
absolutely
definitely.
play dirty. They'd call their friends.
Their
No,
other
no,
pirate friends.
Oh, yeah.
We're saying they're on like the deck of a ship. They can't call anybody else in.
Okay.
It's like 10 ninjas
So
versus 10
ninjas
pirates.
managed to get onto a ship. Yep.
Yeah. There's no backup for either of them. 10 ninjas
Okay.
versus 10 pirates. I think the ninjas would slaughter the pirates, no casualties.
So the cannons are out because they're not going to do that to their own ship.
Exactly. No cannons.
Not
they
that's
don't
it,
have
we're taking
weapons.
everybody down with us.
Yeah.
They don't have any
I
weapons.
don't think that the 10 ninjas would just take out the 10 pirates without any casualties.
I think they would.
I think it'd be a close fight.
I don't think it would at all.
I think it'll be a bit of a fight, but ninjas.
But do you really think that all of the ninjas would escape unscathed while all of the pirates...
They might get a bit of a
dead?
scratch.
I think they'd
Without
definitely
weapons?
take out some ninjas.
No, without weapons, the pirates would stand a chance. Not a chance.
We're not saying without weapons, I'm saying with the same weapons. So that
Oh,
the, so that the
with
weapons
weapons.
aren't different.
With weapons, I think that
What
it'd be a
weapons
bit
do
more
these
of a fair
people
fight.
have? What do they have? What do the pirates have?
Well,
They've got a sword and a gun.
A sword and a gun. What do the ninjas have?
well, we've got one, a sword, and we'll say, because they've got a gun, we have one projectile weapon as well, so say a throwing star.
Okay. They're silent. They sneak up on you. They take you out. Pirates are brawlers who get drunk. That's my image of them.
I think the training involved is the main factor
Yeah,
here.
once you throw your throwing star, you're done.
But the pirate's gun only had one bullet anyway. Once they shoot, if they miss, they're done.
But they can still load another bullet.
Oh yeah, but it takes like 10 minutes. Like, the ninjas killed you 5 times in that time.
I think that, I don't think... Maybe if it came down to, couple of ninjas and a pirate, yeah, the ninjas would win.
No, I think the
Sorry.
ninjas would
But
smash the pirates hard.
That
I
they
don't
would all
think.
take out all the pirates without...
No,
any
I
casualties.
think if there were no weapons at all, no casualties for ninjas. If there were some weapons, yeah, then people would get injured.
But if there were
When ninjas
no
would get
weapons,
injured.
surely at least some ninjas are going to end up in the water
No, I don't
or
think so.
something. I think they would.
I don't think so.
They totally would.
I don't think so.
They totally would.
No, I don't think so.
Don't
Ninjas
worry,
is
we'll
just-
delete this little back and forth from the
Ninjas
podcast.
are just
Yeah, this
so
is like
much
a table
better
tennis
trained that the pirates would stand a chance. Pirates had no training in combat. They just work on their ship and they've got their ruthlessness and their that to take over other ships. But they took over other crews who also weren't trained in combat. They never fought anybody who was trained. So I don't see how you can say a pirate versus a ninja is even a fair fight. It's not. A ninja would smash the pirate and that's it.
You really think that a 10-on-10 fight
Yes.
isn't going to end up with any casualties for the ninjas?
No,
It's
I said
just
if there
as a
were
pirate
if there
turning
were no
around, slicing a
weapons,
throat.
if there were no weapons, the ninjas wouldn't have any casualties. Weapons, yes, there would be casualties on both sides.
Yes.
But okay, Bridget, I think you've basically said your
Ninjas.
statement.
Yeah. I think they also have the element of surprise boarding if it's taking place on the deck of a ship. They're not all going to be standing there with their guns loaded and ready.
Yeah.
But do you think that the 10 ninjas are just going to wipe out the 10 pirates
They could,
without
yeah.
a single casualty?
I'm only saying
Completely
that would
unrealistic.
happen if there were no weapons involved.
I think if they're trained,
Silent killers, which they are.
yeah, they could easily sneak up on them.
In the middle of the ocean.
Well,
With everybody on deck.
we've already assumed that they've boarded this.
Yeah,
this ship.
they're on board the ship. They were hiding in barrels or something, you know. They're on
Yeah.
the ship. They're here to kill the pirates. Pirates have found them, or, you know, they've popped out, they've killed a pirate. Pirates know.
We've
They
accepted
just have a fight.
this reality.
Yes.
So they're both aware of this fight. So it's not just in the dead of night the pirates are sleeping.
No.
Yeah.
But even if there wasn't the element of surprise, the ninjas would still win.
No.
But,
I think it'd be much closer than you think.
I don't think so.
Well, if anybody on Facebook wants to throw in any other
Comment.
characters and things they want to throw into this fight, who do you think would win?
What, like an extra
Pirates,
character, like
ninjas, yeah, throw someone else in.
like a vampire or a werewolf in
Like
there
a zombie.
or something?
Yeah, we haven't had the werewolf versus vampire debate, haven't we?
No, we haven't had that debate actually.
What debate we had in the first week?
No, I
think that'll just go into a Twilight bashing.
that was which movie monster was the best. That was that topic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
But not who would win.
Got these long time radio careers now. What?
We didn't decide who would win out of a fight though. If a vampire versus a werewolf. Maybe we won't have this as a topic on the radio. Maybe we can ask the listeners. We'll post a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Say vampires versus werewolves, and you guys can tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Make your arguments. And let us know.
Yeah, be sure to actually give us some arguments as well. Don't just say zombies because I love them or something. Be sure to give some sort of nice, coherent,
Legitimate argument.
yep, with good grammar and spelling. Adrian,
And
one
no
of our
dat.
most popular listeners.
No
Okay,
doubt.
you don't have to be, checking the dictionary for spelling and stuff.
That's cool.
No, you don't have to be checking the dictionary.
But let's move on we'll go to our next song.
Yeah, our next song is from the Pierces. You're listening to 2BACR 100.9 FM.
So that was a heated debate. The the pirates versus ninjas.
Yep.
We'll be back.
But we're going to move straight on from that really intense discussion to the movie review, which tonight was
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
a movie which I've only seen half of.
Me too, actually. I haven't seen all of it, so I'm really interested to hear your review. Because I know you like the film.
I do love the film. Admittedly, I sort of forgot about having to watch a movie for this week, so I've only seen half of it recently. Sorry, guys.
But you've seen the whole one.
I have seen the
film and
whole
you're familiar with
movie
the whole film,
a couple
yeah.
of times, yeah.
So you remember it.
Yeah, I do. It's a John Hughes movie, and I love his movies. Breakfast Club as well. They're always, a lot of them are to do with high school, and Ferris Bueller basically chucks a sickie. It's his 9th sickie that he has chucked in the school term, and so he has to make it count. So basically, him and his friend and his girlfriend, they call the school and say that his girlfriend's grandmother has died to get her out of school.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit drastic then.
A little bit. But Ferris's actual attempt at looking sick, to me, was totally... I wouldn't have bought it. If I was those parents, I would have been like, get out now to school. But, and then his parents are so nice about it.
Yeah, I think meant to be like the typical kind of gullible,
Yeah.
they'll believe whatever their son tells them kind of parent.
Yeah, but they hate their daughter.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember that.
They just, the mother gives her like a death stare every time she talks.
Just kind of like Family Guy, Meg and Chris.
Kind of, yeah, but 80s.
Yeah.
So then they take Ferris's friend Cameron, they take his father's 1961 Ferrari.
Oh.
Yep. They take that into the city, Chicago, and they just do anything they want, basically. They take someone's reservation at a restaurant, narrowly avoiding Ferris's dad, who totally believes he's sick in bed. And they go to a baseball game. They end up on a float at a parade.
Oh, wow.
They go to the museums. But it's just, some of the quotes are just awesome. A lot of them I can't say because they're swearing. But I just love this, the school secretary. She's like, he's a righteous dude.
The only line I remember from that movie is like Bueller.
Bueller. I love that.
That was one of his teachers, yeah.
Yeah.
Calling out the role or something.
He calls out the role. And they have a great depiction of high school. The close-ups of students at their desks staring angrily at their teacher.
So what was your favourite bit of the movie?
My favourite bit of the movie... I do love the Bueler.
I think everybody loves that.
I just love saying it. And it's sort of, he carries into the next scene. They go into the next scene and he's calling out the next student's name. But yeah, I love that. And also, I love the fact that he convinces his friend that what they'll do, because Cameron's dad knows the mileage on the Ferrari, and he says, we'll drive backwards home.
Great.
Yep.
That's smart. Because that works.
It does. And they tried to reverse the car and end up it goes over a cliff thing.
Okay.
That's bad.
So was there anything you didn't like about it?
Nope.
So it was a perfect movie.
I love it.
Did you find that it was a little like, I mean, as you said, his attempt at faking being sick was not really...
It wasn't meant to be good.
Okay.
He says as soon as his parents shut the door, he's like, it's not my finest performance.
Yeah.
But they bought it.
Because I feel like it's a little like, if I had to pick one movie character, like main movie character, who you think is kind of an a-hole, it would be Ferris Bueller.
He's a bit arrogant.
Yeah.
But he's awesome.
But even like the guy, like the dean or whatever of the school who's trying to catch, like I was going for that guy.
Really? I hate that
Yeah.
guy.
But like he was well within his rights to like go after this. I mean, obviously it's a bit,
Over the
crazy.
top.
Yeah, it's a bit over the top. I think
Yeah,
he's
he
probably got
goes
paperwork
into
to
the
fill out.
city and chases him down.
Like he shouldn't be going after him because I mean, obviously Ferris Bueller needs to be in school instead of.
Well,
Checking a
9
sick day.
sick days. I seem to remember that I threw a lot more than 9
He's a righteous dude, Rachel.
sick days in a year. Was it in a year or is it a term?
A term.
Yeah, I think I threw more than that as well. I seem to remember that I averaged around 30 sick days a year.
What?
30 days off a year.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
I got 100% attendance a couple of
Me
times.
too.
I took so many
I
days
got
off.
100% attendance for a long time.
I
actually.
did live around the corner.
I didn't really have to
Mine.
pretend to be sick or anything because I'd just be like, oh, I don't really want to go to school today. And Mum's like, yeah, fine.
If I ever tried that, my mum would be like, "Get your coat. You're going to school."
You
Yeah.
didn't ever elaborately fake your sickness
No.
and play coughing and sneezing sounds on keyboards.
No.
And eventually end up on a float.
I remember when I was a little kid, I was very young. I didn't want to go to school one day. And I got the thermometer and put it underwater because I knew that the water would make it go up and it looked like I have a temperature. But it went up to like 50 degrees or something. So my mom obviously knew it wasn't right. But I think that's the only time I ever tried to fake being sick. Yeah.
I had to be like on the floor coughing a lung out. And then my mum would be like, maybe you're sick
Yeah.
and you can stay home. And yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe the question mark. Well, we've still got our question happening. Which movie monster would win in a fight? This is obviously an extension of our other question. So you can also... I shouldn't have put you can add your own options because this is getting a little crazy. We started off with werewolf, vampire and zombie. We've since added human and Godzilla. So winning at the moment, we've got Godzilla on 2 votes, human on 2 votes, werewolf on 2 votes.
Human?
Sadly, vampire and zombie.
No votes?
No votes. I would have thought vampire would be up there because I mean, I get
Vampire,
like
yeah.
zombies aren't really aware, so they're not really conscious the same way a vampire
I
is.
think
Like a vampire
Godzilla would
can
smash
really
zombies easily.
Godzilla would smash a lot of things easy.
But I think vampires are hard to
stepping on
kill.
them.
So you can't really step on a vampire and then they just die. You have to kill them in a certain way. Same with a werewolf.
Yeah.
So what would happen to a vampire if Godzilla stepped on it?
Wouldn't he like poof into dust? Poof.
Words we don't like.
Yes. But like he just turned into dust and that.
And then they come back, or because you have to stake them, right?
Yeah.
Well, you have to stake them, or they can die by fire, depending on which books you read.
But not death by Godzilla.
Silver can kill them. I've never heard Death by Godzilla for a vampire. It should be a book. I think I'll start writing that one. But
Are you going
It's
to
the
call
next
it
Twilight.
Death by Godzilla, or is
Yes.
it going to be like?
a vampire's death by Godzilla or something like
Okay.
that. Vampire death, Godzilla, in like small writing.
I can already imagine the cover.
Like a
Vamzilla.
Godzilla foot with like little bat wings sticking out from underneath.
I'd read that book.
Cool. Well, keep voting on that poll. Remember, you can add your own movie monsters in there as well for who you would like to win. This is Youngblood Hawk with We Come Running on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
Okay, and welcome back to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever. Our last topic for tonight came about because I had a dream about Bridget. So, well, Bridget was in it. But I want to ask the question, do you think dreams mean anything? Or do you think it's just a kind of, the way to get tension out at the end of the day? Or
Do you want to tell Bridget this dream?
Yeah,
I'll tell you the dream. All right. So it was one of the people from work's birthday.
Okay.
And for their birthday, they wanted to go on a cave tour. So don't ask me about this cave tour. But you were there.
Okay.
For the record, Bridget doesn't know really anybody from where I work. But yeah, so
I'm kind of disappointed that I wasn't there.
we came up to the counter where we had to pay.
Just wait.
So everybody else went through, they paid, and I was like second last, and Bridget was... Actually, no, Bridget was just in front of me. So you went through, and then I had to pay some weird way with, I don't know, with my card, and I had to look through a microscope and tick off something and make sure something was signed. It was weird. So me and you were behind. So you ran off in front of me and went into the room where they were going into the caves. So I just thought you had went on with the group and they just started exploring the cave, and I was behind.
Yep.
So I saw this rack with all the bags on it. And and I saw you go into the room with your bag. So I put my bag down quickly and I ran into the room and I yelled, "Bridget, you can leave your bag here." But when I ran into the room, everybody was just standing in this room getting ready. And you were just standing there and you were looking at me like, "Oh my God, why did you yell?" Because I just screamed it because I thought you had gone on ahead. So you came out of the room and then you started yelling at me. You're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. I'm so humiliated." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I just thought you had gone ahead and I thought you didn't know you could leave your bag here." And you're like, "You're such an attention seeker. I can't believe you did that to me. You do this kind of stuff all the time." And I'm like, I just got so angry. I'm like, "I was just trying to help you." So that was my dream.
Obviously, subconscious Bridget in Stephanie's mind is a crazy person.
Thinks I'm an attention seeker. But I woke up angry. What? And I was angry for about 10 minutes. I'm like, I can't believe she overreacted so bad.
I would never do that either.
I know, and I don't even think I would believe you'd do that, because it's not something to get embarrassed about. If I yelled, I would be the one embarrassed, So I don't know.
think I would ever go back out and be like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, like, I'm so humiliated.
Yeah, you used that exact word.
But I'm getting defensive over this dream, even though I didn't do this.
Do you think the dreams mean something? The way that people act in dreams, or just the symbols in dreams?
Generally, I think that the dreams that I have is sort of just a jumble of what has happened in my day, and it's mixed up in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I get that too sometimes.
So I don't remember a lot of my dreams lately, but I do remember something my manager at work was telling me to go, something to do with a movie. She was approving a movie. I don't know. It was,
As one does.
because I think at work I do these applications and she approves them, and I'd seen a movie and it would just all mix together.
Yeah. Well, I remember that I used to read a lot of manga, which is Japanese comics.
Yep.
And I used to read these so much that I would dream in manga style, which is like basically comic style but in black and white. So my dreams were in this black and white kind of manga style, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Also, I
you must have been reading a lot of manga.
I used to read just normal books a lot too. That's all I used to do. So I would have dreams where I was reading a book and it would just be like the 2 pages in front of me. And I can even remember one of the dreams was about one of the beginning chapters in Harry Potter. I remember which bit it was too. So that kind of thing, yeah, because you were doing that, a lot of that stuff, and it kind of gets projected into your dream.
Yeah.
But I do think sometimes subconsciously we can bring things out in our dreams. So Rachel, have you had a dream that you thought was a bit, could mean something?
It's weird, I can't remember any, but I have had those dreams where you're aware that you're dreaming.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah.
I haven't had any of that.
That's probably the weirdest ones I've had. But, yeah, I don't know if there's any sort of meaning to dreams. 'Cause I haven't had any dreams where I've woken up and I've gone, yes, I know tomorrow's lottery numbers.
Oh, no, not premonition kind of dreams. Just things your subconscious is working through. So,
I probably think that, like, the way people act in my dreams is probably what I subconsciously either, like, in some way think that a part of them is like that. But I can't, off the top of my head, think of any cases where, I don't know, you've been a crazy person and you've gone around stabbing everybody, and I'm like, Stephanie, what are you doing?
Well,
Et tu, Stefan? That sort of thing.
I did have, oh God, I had a really weird dream where one of my friends, neither of you,
Okay.
just clear that.
I think it was one of us. She just doesn't want to tell us.
No, it wasn't. They murdered Edward Norton.
I think I remember you telling me about this.
It was either him or Ray Fiennes. They murdered him because I was going to see them with their birthday gift. I remember I was carrying this little bag, a gift bag, and I was just walking down the stairs and they was just standing there in this dead body, and it was Edward Norton or Ray Fiennes. And I was like, how could you kill them? Because I really like both of them.
Did these two friends have a particular hatred of Ed Norton or Ray Fiennes at the time?
I do. I remember a couple of dreams that I don't think have any kind of meaning in real life. There was the rabbit that was a serial killer. It wore a top hat and an overcoat, and it had a knife. It was really sinister looking and quite freaky.
Okay. I think I do remember that, actually.
There was also this monster that killed you if you left your clothes lying around. So I was in there's all these people I didn't know, and I was in this shopping centre, and it was a department store like David Jones or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're running through, and there's just clothes everywhere. And to stop this monster from killing you, you had to be in a locked room on your own. So we all ran into the change rooms, and we locked the cubicle doors, but there was like clothes everywhere. So we're running in there, chucking clothes around, and running into our cubicles and locking the doors.
Yeah.
And I never actually saw this monster, but the dream was quite scary because I could hear it outside my cubicle door, and I was just in there on my own, and it was like all dark and stuff, and just like this monster sliding past, and I was really freaked
I
out.
have had quite a few dreams with monsters.
Yeah.
They're like, something's chasing me or something, and then I've woken up like, I'm fine. But still quite scared and probably flick the light on to go back to sleep. But you have a lot of feedback on dreams on Facebook. Some other people who have mentioned that they have had lucid dreams. Those are the ones where you're kind of aware that you're dreaming, which is kind of creepy. Even though you still can't wake up. So those are always quite creepy. And some other people have said that we're going to have an entire week dedicated to their own dreams.
Oh, maybe we should next
Someone
week.
else posted a quote from Freud on the interpretation of dreams.
Oh, great.
Maybe we'll
It doesn't bode well for me.
I've got to put on my best Freud voice.
Oh, no.
Oh god, here it is.
Should I just speak in a German accent?
No, just speak
Oh, please
normally. Just
try
do
it.
Rachel. Do Rachel.
Try the German just for a couple of words. I want to hear.
I really don't want to do that. Properly speaking, the unconscious is the real psychic. Its inner nature is just as unknown to us as the reality of the external world. And it is just as imperfectly reported to us through the data of consciousness as is the external world through the indications of our sensory organs.
All right.
We'll analyse this person who posted that. I had a dream. Another one. I had a dream. Where I was on my computer in the computer room, and my computer did that blue screen thing, where it crashes.
Yes.
And I was sitting there, and I thought, well, I'm sleeping, so if I wake up, my computer will be fine. So I got off my chair and I started walking down the corridor. But at the same time, I was trying to wake up. So I opened my eyes halfway, and on the top of my eyelids, I could see the dream, me walking down the corridor. But where I had opened my eyes, I could see my bed and my bed sheets. And that kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's really weird, actually.
It was quite freaky at the time. I blinked and woke up and I'm like, oh my god, that was weird.
We'll carry on dreams for next week then, guys. So send us all of your best dreaming stories, what you think dreams mean. I don't agree with Freud's idea of dreams, personally, because I think he was a crazy person. Anyway.
I like Freud.
I don't know much about Freud.
I think it was too high to come up with any real psychological interpretation.
High people are people too. That's my other quotable thing that I've said on this show. Besides that, in the zombie apocalypse, all people are tools.
Yeah. In the spirit of dreams, though, this is Van Halen with Dreams on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
And sadly, that's all we've got time for tonight, guys. So, thanks for listening.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. Next week, we've got... Our topic is dreams, so leave all of your dream stories on Facebook.
And we'll get to them all next week.
Yep. We'll deconstruct
as well
them.
as all of your song requests. This has been Wednesday Night Zombie Fever on 2BACR 100.9 FM.
In the laboratory.